Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers, flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today.
Hello everyone, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with my dad. And we're gonna do a childhood Q&A about me, and there's one question from my aunt about my dad. And if you stick to the end, there will be an announcement. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, so the first question, we have two questions from Xavier. And he asks, what is your favorite memory when you were a child? Do you want to answer this for me, or?
No, you answer it and I'll jump in.
Okay.
I don't have your memories.
I think my favorite memory was when I found out that I was going to have a sister, and when Abby was born.
Oh, well, speaking of that, when you found out you were having a brother, you got very excited. And Abby looked at me like, what is in it for me? So that was a good memory.
Yeah. And the other question from Xavier is, what was the most traumatic thing that happened to you? Well, when I was 3, I ran into a corner of a wall and I had to get stitches right here. So that was pretty traumatic because I was only 3 years old.
It was pretty traumatic for me waiting in the room for you. And the other thing that was very traumatic for you was your second or third birthday, where a clown came up behind you and scared you, and you ran all the way down Golden Gate Park until I could catch you.
How long do you think I ran for?
More than you have run in a long time.
Like miles or?
Well, it wasn't miles, but for a 2 or 3 year old, you were pretty fast at the time.
I'm not fast anymore. Okay, so the next question is from my friend Sonia, and she asks, what is your favorite childhood movie or TV show? Well, when I was a child, we would always watch the High School Musical movies, and those were amazing. I think out of those 3, I like the third one. And then my favorite childhood TV show, I would say Dancing with the Stars, because we first started watching it when I was pretty young, and we've been watching that ever since.
And the most annoying would have been Barney that you made me watch.
Oops. So Parker is the one that wrote the next question, and she asks, what was one thing I got in trouble for? I'm going to ask you that because I do not know.
You would like to steal candy whenever you could.
I don't know. Actually, that's true.
That is true. You were actually pretty well behaved. I think, or either that or you just got away with a lot more stuff and I didn't catch you. I'm not sure which one. Maybe both.
Okay. And then the next one is from Hannah, and it is one thing that you have never told your parents about.
Oh, I like this question. Go on.
When I was younger, I got in a fight with both Abby and Cal, and they were both outside. So I closed the door and I locked it a tiny bit.
Nice.
And then I went down to go on the
How do you lock something a tiny bit?
I tried to do it halfway just to see if they could get back in, but it turned out it was locking the entire door. So then I went down to work out on the elliptical, and they ended up coming running out, and there's a window in the garage. And they started waving and knocking on the window, and I just ignored them. And I think they called Mom.
No, I think Abby called me and said she was locked out of the house. Something happened. That was, that's an older sister move. That's okay.
What about you?
Well, my older siblings would have done very much to me the same thing.
No, I mean, what have you never told your parents or Lulu about?
I've told Lulu everything. I'm not going there.
Has he, Lulu? Has he? And then Momo, your sister.
Yeah, I know she is.
Asks, she has actually asked a couple of questions. The first question is, what is your earliest memory? Ooh. I think it'll probably be making the heart-shaped pepperoni pizza with you when we lived in the city.
Okay, I like it.
Or ponytail day when I was like 2 or 3, and I told everyone in my family, which was just me, Dad, and Mom, to wear a ponytail in their hair. And both Dad and I didn't have that much hair, so I would go like this and do a little ponytail like that with him.
Nice.
Do you remember that?
I do. I think we have pictures somewhere, I'm sure.
And the other, or the middle question that Momo asks is, did and do you still like being the big sister? I do still like being the big sister, but it's more of like me and Abby who are like the big sister to each other, which I think is really cute because we both have our moments when we have to like calm the other one down. Me mainly a lot, where Abby has to calm me down. And I think that that's like one of the really main big sister moments. Cal, not so much just because they never hang out.
Well, you did lock him out of the house, so
That was one time.
kids probably still try. Yeah. Anyway,
And the last question from Momo is, what was your favorite activity and why? I mean, I loved dancing when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
thought that was very fun, although I did have the stage fright.
oh yeah. Lulu flew out to see your first ballet performance, and then you refused to go on. So a diva even.
I remember the costume of that. It was like orange and yellow. I think I was a flower. And then there was one boy in the entire dance class that I was in, and I had to dance with him. And I think that was why I didn't want to go.
Oh, is that why?
Maybe.
Boy, times have changed.
And then Caitlin asks, this is a question for you.
Oh, it's not about.
My cousin Caitlin, she said, did you think I was going to turn goth after dyeing my hair the first time?
No, you're not. You just don't have. You're too friendly and too nice to be.
I tried being a moody teenager.
You're just not
It
good at it.
never worked out.
Just never good. Your big rebellious was changing your hair color, and I'm
I
okay
mean,
with it.
I've changed it many times, but
Yeah.
I like
no.
to dye my hair.
No, I didn't think you'd go goth. You don't like the music either.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple that was written we have two about that was written from both, like all of us, like me, Abby, and you. And it was, the first one is, why does Kate not have the best room?
Oh, why does Kate not have the best room? Well, I think Kate has a great room, but Abby probably has a nicer room,
She's one of the bigger rooms than the
and she has a balcony, and we thought that Abby might keep her bathroom cleaner because that's also the guest room. When people come over, that's the bathroom they have to use, and you and the bathroom were not exactly doing very well as far as being clean.
Yeah, but I'm right next to the garage.
Yeah, but didn't you like the balcony? Why did you want Abby's room again? Go ahead.
Because when I would be like a teenager, like this age, I would have my boyfriend come over in his pickup truck
His pickup truck, nice.
and just stand in like the back where like you load stuff in, and we just talk for hours. And then he would climb up there and just visit me and say hi.
Which is why you don't have that room.
But I liked how like Troy Bolton in High School Musical could do that with Gabriella.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's why you don't have that room, so you don't have access to a boyfriend.
Dang it.
Yeah.
How did you react, or how did I react when I heard I was having a little brother? We kind of already asked.
Oh
that,
yeah, well
answered
that's
that.
true. Yeah, you were really excited, and Abby sort of looked at us like, "I'm only 3, but what does this mean for me? Is it a good or bad thing?" So Abby
Yeah.
didn't react. She
I
thought
mean,
it through.
Abby didn't really start talking. Like she was more like a quiet.
Oh, she could talk. She just didn't want to say anything until she figured out if it was good or bad news for her. She generally got okay with it, but you were very excited right away.
So the last couple are from Aunt Call,
Uh-oh.
and I'm going to save the last question for you.
Oh, I'm sure.
So a couple of them were about me, and the last one's about you. I have a hair. So for me, what was your favorite sport team to play, or sport to watch, and what was your favorite professional team? My favorite sport to play is either definitely tennis, but when I played softball, I liked that.
Okay.
To watch, I mean, I love watching football with the family, like in Florida, like when the Eagles play.
Very good. Good answer about the Eagles. That's
And then
good.
their favorite professional team, the Eagles, or the Giants.
Okay, that's fine.
What was my favorite subject in school? I kind of like English. I prefer more like creative writing though. I had that in my sophomore year, and I loved that so much because I got to write different stories and poetry. I thought that was very fun. And we've come to the last question.
I'm sure this is going to be great. Go ahead.
So when Aunt Call texted me the questions, she said, for Dad. Oh wait, I don't know what else she texted. But she said, for Dad, were you ever part of a tag team mud wrestling team? I don't know what that is.
Okay, so the story is Aunt Col and I looked alike and acted alike, so we convinced all the kids at the camp where we were counselors that we were the actual twins and not her and Aunt Momo.
Mm-hmm.
And we told them that, and then they said, oh, that's great. And I said, well, Aunt Col was really smart, that's why she's a grade ahead of me. And then they said, oh, and then we kept going with it and told all the kids that we were on a mud wrestling team as partners, tag team partners on a mud wrestling team. Yes, so the short answer is yes, I was on a mud wrestling team.
Okay, so those are all the questions. But when we started the video, I said I had an announcement, and I'm going to start giving 2 shout outs per video. And all you need to do to get a shout out is to be subscribed to my channel, leave a comment down below, and follow me on my Instagram, which will be linked down here.
So I guess I'm not getting a shout out.
You'll always get a shout out when you're in my videos.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna just give 2 shout outs to 2 of my friends who've been watching my channel for a really long time, since the beginning. And they are Xavier and Gabby. And these 2 have been like very active in all of my Q&As, and they're just some of my really good friends. So thank you to Xavier and Gabby for always being supportive in my YouTube channel. So that's it for the video, and thank you to my dad for being here with me, and I will see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Flowers today.